Is this a refile? Is this a refile? This is a new case, right?
It's a new case, Your Honor.
Okay, and we're doing a plea?
Yes.
Okay, so you are Carlos Ramos. How old are you, Mr. Ramos? You're 17. What do you do with yourself these days? Shh. What do you do with yourself these days? I don't even know what happened with this case. All I know is that you're charged with attempted auto theft. So you're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. I'd like to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. What happened? Because I don't even know.
Yes.
Please.
On September 19, 2024, there was a 911 call of a burglary of a vehicle in progress. The reportee described three defendants' clothing in detail, including black masks covering their faces. The reportee stated that when he passed by a red truck, the defendants began to duck down in a attempt to hide. The reportee advised the suspects were driving a black Nissan sedan. The officers arrived and saw a black Cadillac sedan bearing a fictitious Texas temporary tag in a parking spot. Three defendants were inside the car pretending to be asleep. The defendant's clothing matched the reportee's description in the 911 call, and the reportee identified the three defendants as the males that were attempting to enter the red truck. The defendant was observed to be making movements in the back seat as if attempting to hide something. All of the defendants were detained. The law enforcement officer searched the defendant's incident to arrest. The co-defendant had a keyless entry car key fob with an uncut key in his pant pocket. The complainant located the red truck valued at $35,000.
This is one of those key fobs that you can get into any damn car. So
Other objects that were found in the black sedan: another keyless entry car key fob with an uncut key in the center console, a flathead screwdriver in the driver door, a key programmer set in the back seat floorboard, pliers, jumper cables, a radio antenna, and fictitious Texas temporary license plate, and a black ski mask.
oh, they're ready to make this car their own. It also says here that he picked up a felony PCS. What did he have on him? Cocaine or meth?
An oxycodone pill, Your Honor.
Oh, God. What happened with the co-defendants in this case?
They were arrested. I don't know whether they're in Detroit or
Cifuentes was
not.
the guy. Was that the guy that we took into custody yesterday? Cifuentes, right?
Yes.
And then 14.
I think was felony.
I know one of them probably has a rap sheet because
And
he's
their cases are both pending, Judge, at this time.
Mr. Ramos, what you're doing now is you're entering into a deferred adjudication, which is a type of probation that if you complete, you don't end up with a conviction. I'm telling you that a theft conviction is one of the worst convictions you can get because you become unemployable, meaning that people don't hire thieves. You'll never get a good job. You won't. I want him to do a TRAS to see what other conditions he may need. You will do the other conditions. If you don't, I'm just going to put you in jail and then we'll have you do it in the jail. So you will do these conditions one way or the other. One of those conditions is not to use dope or alcohol. Do you have a drug problem? You just have oxy on you. You're telling me you don't have a drug problem? Who's around in your life now? Okay, who? Are they here? Is anyone here for you? What about dad? Is your dad around? Part of the conditions are that you're to have random drug testing, substance abuse treatment, 50 hours of community service. I think that instead of the community service, we should do either some kind of effective decision-making class or an anti-theft class, something other than, I think the community services just as, no, we're gonna make him work when he's better served by learning, you know?
Just say the anti-theft and then the TRS neighbor community first.
Okay, you're not allowed to hang out with the other people. These other, I'm making it a condition of your probation that you're not to hang out with these other kids as well. No drug usage, and I want him tested on a weekly basis. I'm gonna test you on a weekly basis. The next time you test positive, I'm gonna file a motion to revoke your probation and I'm gonna put you in a treatment facility in the jail. So it stops now. You can either stop on your own. If you're unable to do it, then I'm gonna do it for you. Must stay in school full-time as well. Must get his GED. I'm sorry, high school diploma or GED equivalent. He's not allowed to be out in the middle of the night. So he has a curfew. Go get your mom, please. You need a translator for your mom? Can you call a translator, please? Is the felony going to be dismissed when we do this, or is it still open?
I don't know, Judge, he did, pending their payment of the retainer, that case is.
You're not representing.
We will, so long as they pay. But we haven't entered as attorneys of record yet for that particular case. It's set for October. But they should have the money before the end of this month, they said. So once that happens, we'll enter as attorneys of record for that case. And our goal is whether, well, we'll see. They've already offered PTI, but I mean that I think that ADA already took that off the table because they want to see what's either going on in here or because of his jury.
¿Hablas inglés o no? Ok. Tu hijo tiene un cargo muy serio. ¿Sabes de todos los cargos que él tiene? Tratando de robar un auto. También tenía píldoras y una felonía también. Vamos a hacer un probation hoy. Una de las condiciones del probation no puede usar drogas o alcohol. Y si él usa, lo voy a poner en la cárcel y va a tener treatment ahí en la cárcel. También no puede tener contacto con los otros niños que tenía en este caso. Tiene que hacer un clase de no robar. Dime, ¿quién está en la casa ahora contigo, ayudando? ¿Quién más? Nada más. Tú trabajas. So, cuando tú vas, ¿quién se queda en la casa con él? Okay. Otro de las condiciones es que él no puede estar afuera desde las 9 de la noche hasta 6 de la mañana. Si él sale, va a quebrar el probation y se va a la cárcel. Le voy a dar un curfew, que no quiero que él sale en la noche. What else did we say?
The GED anti-theft, no contact with codependents.
Oh, va a hacer exámenes de drogas cada semana. Y si él tiene un positivo, él se va a quedar conmigo. Algo más que tú piensas que él necesita. Oh, también tienes que estar en la escuela, mantener en la escuela. Si no, tú me tienes que, yo estoy tratando de ayudar a tu hijo. también yo necesito tu ayuda también. Si él no está haciendo lo que tiene que hacer, yo te voy a dar mi carta o el carta de Shatoria. Tienes que avisar a nosotros que no está haciendo lo que tiene que hacer y vamos a poner un orden que lo tiene que hacer. Pero yo no puedo ayudarle a él si ustedes no me avisan. ¿Me entiendes? Did you understand that?
Your Honor.
Basically, I'm telling mom that I need her help if he's screwing up out there. I need her to tell us that he's screwing up. Otherwise, we're just not going to know. And yo quiero ayudarle porque a veces ellos hacen algo y nosotros no sabemos y ya es muy tarde. Eso por qué. Do you have any questions, Mr. Ramos? What about it? You cannot go out past 9 p.m. 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. If you go out of your house past 9 p.m., then I'm going to lock you up.
So the other four, they said, 6 AM.
So then you have to also live by that one as well. If the felony court has given you a curfew, oh, wonderful. Thank you, Luis. So it appears that Mr. Ramos is telling me that there's a curfew in the felony court as well. I'm putting a curfew on him now because I do not want him out in the middle of the night. Nothing good happens in the middle of the night. So that's why if you also have a curfew at the felony court, you also have to abide by that curfew. If theirs is 7 p.m., then you got to abide by that one. But if I find that you're out past our curfew, I have the ability to put you in jail for an entire year. And I will do it in a heartbeat to straighten you out. If that's what it takes to straighten you out, I'm going to do it. I want you to understand I have no problems, and I don't care if your mom, your tío, your tía, if anyone is kicking and screaming because you're out, I don't care. I'm going to do what I think is right. And if you're starting to get chueco, I'm going to straighten you out. Do you understand? You give up a lot of rights by entering into this agreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you are not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you plead guilty to this, or once you accept the probation, Mr. Ramos, you are stuck with this until you get revoked or unless you complete it successfully. If you complete it successfully, no conviction on your record. That's what you want in this case. If you violate conditions, I will issue a warrant for your arrest. I will put you in jail. I'm going to bring you back out in orange. The only thing we're going to talk about is if you violated your probation. And if you did, you're looking at an entire year. What I'm going to do, and I'm telling you now, is that I will use the jail as a sanction for you. So if you start screwing up, I will put you in jail, perhaps for the first time a week, perhaps maybe 2 weeks, depending on how you mess up. I'm going to let you back out, and then we're going to continue on. And I'm going to do this until you graduate from high school. I will keep putting you in jail until you graduate from high school. Once you graduate from high school, I'll call it a day between you and I. The most important thing in your life is now school. Nothing else matters. And staying out of trouble. Yeah, I'm okay with that. But a part-time job, not a full-time job. Your most important thing is school. You need a high school diploma. If the job interferes with school, then no. Your schooling is more important. The more in this life, the more school you do, the better job you're going to get. The better job you get, the more money you make. All the knuckleheads in jail now, they never grew up. They were 17. They like to go out, get mucked up, and they never grew up. I have 70-year-olds in there now that never grew up, still acting like a 17-year-old. What a shame, because they've been in and out of custody. They've never done anything with their life. Never gone on vacation, never bought a car, Complete wastoids. Don't do that. How do you plead to the offense? Guilty or not guilty? I will not find you guilty. I will withhold that for 18 months. I wish you the best of luck, Mr. Ramos. Don't be the typical 17-year-old. Do better. Okay, thanks.
Thank you, Judge.
Say it again?
Reducing related
No, wait fees, come on.